Good morning, my little Tattle Tells. Wake up. I did a little digging and I found out some information on the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. If you don't know, Will Smith literally looked like everybody was asking, why did he put his hands on Chris? I think I found the answers to that, right? But people also said, what's going on? Was Will arrested? Is Chris Rock pressing charges? And what was the mood in the auditorium? And how did Chris Rock respond to all that? You guys, I have the answer to all those pressing questions. Let's get into this mess. But before we do, I've also been scouring the internet. I'm putting together a compilation video of all the reactions to the celebs and even Jada Smith's reaction to what went down that night. But first, let's get into your questions about who, what, where, when, how, and why. Before we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that I have the full video of everything that happened. Not just opinion, not just one little clip, but everything from start to finish, even down to what happened on the commercial break. You guys, get into that. All right, let's talk about Chris Rock pressing charges on Will Smith for hitting him at the Oscars. First of all, a lot of people were saying, this is amazing. Will Smith has finally won an Oscar. He deserves it. A lot of other people said, how come Will has not apologized to Chris Rock? He owes him an apology. My guess is Will ain't apologized to Chris Rock because Will's not sorry. Third of all, the assault charges and what would have gotten Will arrested at the Oscars. You guys, for those that want to see blood, it's not happening. Will did not get arrested because Chris Rock, y'all ready for this? Refused to press charges. Let's get into this report because y'all know I got those facts. Did y'all hit the like button yet? Okay, fine. I'll get into it. The only question I do have is, do you think Laverne Cox is somewhere talking about something? Whew, I dodged a bullet. Now, let me just give my opinion. I think a lot of people are trying to make this into, oh my God, Will was tired of people talking about Jada and him entanglements. I do honestly think from what they've shown us, and I hope we have a red table talk soon, that Will and Jada, they've made peace with whatever happened in the relationship and they are growing together stronger. As long as they're happy, I'm happy. However, I, along with a majority of people, do not believe this had anything to go along with jokes about entanglement. It was the fact that Chris Rock made very insensitive and demeaning comments about Jada Pinkett on a national stage for some type of medical condition she is suffering from what I understand, that affects her hair. He did say in his speech that if you read his book, he suffered when he was younger with issues of protecting women, especially considering what his mother went through. I can do a whole video on that, but I'm just giving you guys the big over. Now, you can believe it excuses his behavior or not. I'm letting you know his rationale. He took this moment to protect his wife who was being demeaned and belittled by a man. Now, let's go on. This report from Celeb Bitchy says, the joke from Chris Rock was always bad. He made a reference to Jada's shaved head and said something about how she's going to star in G.I. Jane. Now, Jada has alopecia, a medical condition which involves hair loss, and the camera caught her rolling her eyes at Chris and looking visibly upset. I would actually go one further and say it was actually worth it. She looked hurt, she looked humiliated, and people are speculating that she does suffer from something more than alopecia. But even if she didn't, she felt demeaned, she felt humiliated, right? As we all know, a second later, Will walked on stage, smacked Rock with an open palm. Ba-bum! We heard the sound, right? Chris was shaking and no one in the audience knew if it was some kind of prearranged gag. That's when the American broadcast audio was muted. What we missed was, of course, Rock saying to Will, who went back to his seat, Will Smith just smacked the ish out of me. If you guys watch my original video on it, we have the unmuted version, right? And Will shouted at him twice, take my wife's name out of your effing mouth. And Rock, who was holding his jaw, said, wow, dude, it was G.I. Jane joke. Let's get to the dirt that you guys came here for, right? Chris was not seen during the show after that. Although Vanity Fair reports that he was backstage making jokes about how Will channeled Muhammad Ali, and that's the only time you get hit by Muhammad Ali and it doesn't leave a scratch. Sean Combs was the first president out after the incident Why is Puffy always in the middle of everything? I swear that man. We're gonna find out. That man is always in the middle of everything, whether he means to be or not. Puffy is always there. Puffy was the first presenter after the incident and went off script saying, I didn't know that this was going to be the most exciting Oscars ever. Okay, Will, Chris, we're going to solve this like a family, but right now we're moving on with love. All right. Now get this. Chris reportedly refused to press charges against Will for assault, so that answers the questions of why Will was not arrested in the theater. The reporters in the Dolby Theater noted how several celebrities buzzed around Will and Jada following the incident. Denzel Washington pulled Will aside and spoke to him at length during the next break. That's in my last video. You can go see them talking. Denzel also went to Jada and spoke to her. Nicole Kidman reportedly went over and gave Will and Jada big hugs. Don't forget, Nicole Kidman and Will and Jada are super, super tight. Serena Williams, who was seated separately, posted on her IG stories that she had to leave the auditorium because she was so shocked. Will's publicist was also speaking to him at length. By the time Will won Best Actor, right, everyone was on edge and feeling pretty raw. You guys remember that Will cried and apologized to the Academy and their fellow nominees. He did not apologize to Chris on stage. He also said, I know to do what we do, we got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you've got to pretend like it's okay. I look like a crazy father, just like they said. Love will make you do crazy things. Many people noted that it genuinely felt like Will had more support in the room than Chris Rock. While people were confused by what happened, it didn't feel like Will was being shunned or what have you. The social commentary, though, well, listen, there was a multiple things said, right? Regardless of how you feel about the situation, we have to agree that we just saw history in the making. Will Smith added his name to one of the black women that have won an Oscar. It is something he strived for his whole career. He got it that night, but if you read his book, Will, he also literally broke through cycles of self-abuse and questionings about self and protection. And he finally broke a generational curse from him being a little boy and not feeling that he was able to protect his mom. Now listen, a lot of things can be true at once. He also assaulted a grown man. You guys, let me know in the comments what you think. But the Oscar, the Will conquering his demons through his hit palm on Chris Rock's face, protecting his family, protecting the woman he loves, and you guys, I've been scouring the internet for celeb reactions of people that were in the audience. I'm putting it in the next video. Make sure you hit the like button. And even Jada Smith weighed in and said, yeah, listen, I'm going to cover this wall to wall. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you don't miss the video, because y'all know I will follow a story down to the very end. All right, my little Tattle Tells, talk to you later. And let me know how you feel about Will literally accomplishing one of his life's biggest goals and conquering his demons all at the same time via putting his hand on Chris Rock's face. All right.